Hey everybody, thanks for watching, and just a quick reminder that Ancient Religion Volume 1 is now available on paganism. There's a lot of good information in that video. You guys definitely gonna want to check it out. Also keep in mind that the 2019 digital downloads are done, so you guys will not be receiving that link. So if you are a Never Pay Again member, you'll get the link. Definitely take advantage of that sale because it won't be around for too much longer. Also, I know a lot of you guys wanted to see if it was possible to split the payments on the Never Pay Again sale. So I have that available for you guys. If you guys want to split the payment up in 2 payments, that's available for you. So definitely take advantage of that. The deal also comes with all the previous digital downloads. And once you make the first payment, you will get that download link. After you make the second one, you will be officially on that Never Pay Again list. So for the people that was inquiring about that, definitely take advantage of that. It's available, and it's not going to be available for everybody. It's only a certain amount of people, probably first 15, 20 people that takes advantage of it before it gets taken down. So it's probably going to be taken down once a certain amount of people takes advantage of it. So definitely take advantage of it as quickly as possible, because I can't really, do that for a lot of people. So definitely take advantage of it. People still waiting on books. A lot of you will be receiving emails today for tracking numbers, and I'm still getting those books out. So I really appreciate you guys' support and understanding and patience on the whole thing. It's a lot of books I still have to get out, and I'm personally, if you got an email from me, I'm personally shipping your book myself, signed copy. So obviously, I don't have 24 hours a day to get the books out, but I'm moving as fast as I can. And please understand, you definitely will get your book. I'm not trying to, hold the books any longer than I have to. If you order the book, you will get the book. There's a lot of people that's understandably so, impatient, but you will definitely receive the book. It's coming. I promise you that. And a lot of you guys will be getting tracking numbers today and, throughout the week. But I'm getting them out as fast as I can. And I appreciate the patience. But yeah, definitely take advantage of the Never Pay Again sale. Take advantage of this digital download sales. A lot of new people to the site, and a lot of them was talking about videos that I make reference of as far as DVDs. So I'm going to do a sale for this weekend only for, all previous, including the new one, and previous DVDs. Take advantage of it. It's cheap. So definitely grab those downloads. And as I said, you guys have as much time as needed to download from that download site. If you run out of time, just request more time on the site. I'm moving as quickly as I can to update everything. There's a lot of stuff coming, as I said it would be in the beginning of the year. So definitely, stick with me, stay tuned, and there's a lot of stuff coming. But I want to get into this video, of course, and of course the whole Kobe Bryant thing happened, and it just shocked everybody. I mean, people who know me know I'm a big Kobe Bryant fan. I'm a big Jordan fan. I always was into sports. Kobe is from the area. I'm from Philly. So, it's just super sad when you look at the whole thing. But to get into this, you have people, there's a lot of videos online right now about the whole Kobe Bryant, Illuminati death, and so on and so forth. You got a lot of people coming out bashing the people who putting out the videos. And recently, Dr. Umar has been putting out videos and really getting into the whole thing. And a lot of people have been, bashing him about what he's been saying. But if you've seen my last video, the video I put out on the economy, and I said, this is more than just trade. And you got to understand, like, it's deeper than us just trading with China. Now, my email, my timeline, just the internet period, I've been seeing so much news articles about Kobe Bryant and his business dealings with China. And a lot of you probably have too. So I don't think it's, far-fetched to look at the situation and say, well, damn, maybe Kobe was into something that they didn't want him being into, and that's what happened. But I just put out the video the other day, and I put out the video talking about how America and China have this secret little war that's going on between them two in trade. And it just so happened that Kobe Bryant, for, over a decade now, has been dealing with China and so many business dealings. Forbes estimated Kobe worth mostly in basketball only, at over $700 million. Meaning Kobe Bryant was a billionaire. Kobe Bryant had a lot of money. And he had a lot of business ventures in China dealing with the Chinese. And he had a lot going on. So to me, you got to look at that and look at the timing of all of this. The fact that we have these issues with China going on right now, and all the issues with trade and everything like that. Then it just so happens that, you know, Kobe dies the way he dies. And for the stupid people, because we got to deal with these sheeple who think we crazy or think it's, you know, stupid for us to put out any kind of information, or people that's put out information about Illuminati, Kobe death, and so on and so forth. Like, you know, people just crazy. You can't look at this stuff and just tell me this is a coincidence. LeBron breaks his record in Philly, needing 18 points to do so. The numbers are all there, and it's even scary how much the numbers are there with Kobe, and how much his numbers and LeBron numbers, and when you look at milestones in Kobe's life, how they equal to the Lakers and how they equal to his death, how they equal to 9, 11, 25, the numbers we find when we see these deaths, you know, these so-called sacrifices. So it's deep. It's something that you can't ignore, and I don't expect people who is not into this type of information and who don't really study esoteric or occult studies to get it. They say the numbers, and, you know, everybody got their jokes, you know, when we talk about this stuff. Oh, 1 and 2 is 7, so Illuminati did it. You know, stupid shit like that. But they don't really get what we're talking about. They don't get about gematria. They don't get about these occult numbers and what they mean to these secret societies and what they mean, you know, historically. But it's everywhere with Kobe. It's inescapable. It's like we can't not see it there. I mean, I'm not even gonna get into all of it because it's just it's crazy. It's a lot of it. And anybody with a brain, I mean, we have forensic psychologists and investigators and Interpol and all kinds of people that have jobs to basically take information like this and figure out what happened. And as any kind of investigator or any kind of person that's in law enforcement, I mean, you can't look at the numbers as it pertains to Kobe and his death and the Lakers and just, you know, say it's coincidence. I mean, it's crazy. But of course, they're not ever going to look into anything like this. This is why they made sure they were in every facet of entertainment and law enforcement, so they can control everything. And this is what they're doing. But we can look at it and say, yeah, Kobe messed up. Or maybe he was into something they didn't want him to be into, and that's what got him killed. Why they killed his daughter, I mean, it seems more like they were pissed off than anything else. I mean, that seems like the killing of his daughter and, you know, those other people, I don't know what they have to do with it. I mean, of course, looking at it, you would just say, oh, tragic accident and everything like that. But you got to look at everything. Everybody seen the cartoon with him in a helicopter that crashed. And, you know, he had a commercial with him in a copter flying over the Staples Center. And you have the Grammys and him dying today, the Grammy Awards that happened to be at the Staples Center. I mean, and it's a lot. It's just a lot to look at and just like, you know, feel like there's something up with the whole situation. And then when you look at this whole China situation and the business dealings that Kobe's supposed to have had with them and everything, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I don't think Umar or anybody else is in left field with the information that they've been putting out, because it makes sense. It fits. Especially now when we look at the fact that we having all these issues with China, and I don't know exactly what it was. But I mean, to kill him that way and kill his daughter, and that's how, you know, how they posted it too, killed, victims, as if something was done to these people. You're a victim when something is done to you. You know, you're killed when somebody kills you. And this is how they've been posting the narrative, you know, for the whole thing, as if he was killed or whatever. But, you know, to me personally, you look at this whole thing, we understand this, you know, Illuminati, and you look at a lot of the Kobe commercials and you see a lot of the symbolism in a lot of his commercials. So we know he was dealing with them people on that level. And, you know, what makes him, you know, do this kind of business with them or against them or whatever the situation was and feel like he can get away with it. I don't understand that part, but for him to die that way, it was just, it's crazy. And then with all the numerology behind it and all the symbolism behind it, I can't look at it and say it's just a coincidence. It's definitely suspect as hell. And it's just another situation where they're controlling black wealth. They're controlling what we do. They're controlling black economics. I mean, if Kobe was going over there and trying to start some kind of European league, or, you know, have some kind of major production company or whatever he was doing that was so huge. I mean, you can look at a lot of the articles, and there's a lot of them, and he had a lot of business dealings with China. And I don't know if America was just pissed and was like, okay, we're gonna fuck up all your shit y'all got with Kobe by offing him, or what's going on. But it's no coincidence that now, at this time, when we're having these issues with China and we're having these issues with trade, and, you know, LeBron breaks his record, he got the Grammy Awards at the Staples Center and everything like that, then this dude dies in a chopper accident, and then these stupid ass people walking around talking about something was just an accident. Why can't, whenever a celebrity die, it just be an accident? Why gotta be some Illuminati bullshit? And this is why we never going to get ahead. This is why they're on top and we are being ruled by them. Because if white people would have came out and said something about it, people would have been listening. But as soon as a black person come out and say something about another black man, you know, being killed, you got other black people that don't even want to jump to his aid, or even just like keep their mouth shut to let him get the whole point out. They want to jump on a bandwagon all quick and say, you know, shut the fuck up. Everybody wants something to say. Everybody want to say something against somebody trying to really make a valid point to me. And I don't understand the whole beef or problems people have with Umar. To me, everything I've seen from this guy has been good information. He's only ever tried, to me, to help black people, from what I've been seeing. So I don't get the whole everybody coming at him about this information and what he's been putting out. But like I said, before Kobe died, I already put the video out about us in China, and then now, you know, this information right here, it makes sense when you put it all together. It's like, damn. I mean, especially when you look at the kind of money and the type of dealings he was going to have with China. So it's definitely something people got to look into more, and can't scratch their head and say, oh, it's just a coincidence, because it's a head scratcher. It's like, what makes you scratch your head even more about the situation is the numbers, the numerology, and that's the creepy part, because we're talking about, you know, his birth date, death date, when he first came into the league. I mean, the numerology is there in so many different ways, even with his daughter and her name, and so on and so forth, as if they knew this was going to happen. And that's the crazy part. It's like they knew it was going to happen. They knew he was going to go this route. They knew they was going to kill him. And it's like, you know, the choices you make. It's like, could he have changed his destiny or his fate? What could he have done differently? Could he? I don't understand. Like, it's so deep when you really get into it. I'm not trying to go too deep into it, trying to make it simple as I can. But when you start really getting into those numbers, yo, this shit gonna blow your mind, man. It's gonna blow your mind when you look at it, because it's like, well, damn. It's like this was meant to be or something. Like, it was always meant to go down this way for this man's life since the day he was born. And it's crazy. It's crazy. And it's like, you know, how did they know? How did they know? It messes with your head when you get, because I've been digging with these numbers ever since he died. Like, what the hell is going on? But I honestly do believe it has to do with China and the situation with China. So to me, you know, these black celebrities, these athletes out here got to really take a look in the mirror, man, because if they'll do this to Kobe, they'll do this to anybody. Kobe, we talking about megastar. I was in LA when he died. You know, I was at the pier in Santa Monica. It's an Asian dude with a Kobe jersey on. You know, he's bawling his eyes out. You know, Chinese dude crying. And, you know, he just like, you know, I just had to say something to him, like, you know what I'm saying? And he just, you know, he said he got up this morning and he put on Kobe jersey. Never knowing Kobe was going to die that day. It just happened he had Kobe jersey on. A lot of people did. It's LA. And he had his jersey on and he's just like, man, I never would imagine that would happen. And this dude loved Kobe. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. And a lot of people were sad out there, and it was a messed up situation. But that's a big energy jerk to me. Like, you talking about Kobe, a cool dude. A lot of people loved him. You know, a lot of people saying it felt like somebody in my family died, and and Kobe just seemed like a cool dude. You know, you had the little allegations with him and the chick that he supposed to have raped, and all that was suspect. But besides that, on his name, there's nothing you can really say bad about the man, except for, you know, he cheated on his wife. But other than that, you know, he raised some good girls. He was a good father, and he loved that girl. And for them to do that, it's like, man, this was seems like some seriously, you know, pissed off shit. But it just goes to show you, like, you know, no matter who you is, if you're doing something with business, and they don't mind you doing business here in America, because they can control that. If you're doing business here in America, they can control that. They can control, you know, import, export, how you doing what. But you talking about international stuff, and you talking about anything that's going to rival the NBA, they're going to be on that. Because think about it. If Kobe Bryant was to start a league overseas, and you talking about the financial backing of somewhere like China and other European nations, where do you think black people going? If it's a problem in America, they don't like the way the NBA treating them, black people gonna go to Kobe League. They're gonna go over there, they're gonna go where he at. And far as his other business dealings, what he was doing, I guess he was coming too big. I guess he was involved in some major stuff. And they don't want us doing that. They don't want any black person having something that major that's outside of their control. And I told you guys, I talked about before, when you go back and do the research and look, in the 1950s, remember, I think it was 74 where America started doing relations with China again as far as trade. But before that, trade was sketchy. And African Americans, black people in America, was trading with China. China was basically trying to create a major economic situation for black people in America in the 1950s and 60s. And black people was trading with them, and then, you know, by the time desegregation happened and they separated us and broke up that unity, you had the deal done with China, and that started it. But, you know, it destroyed us economically. But if you think about it, if you have black people together with that money, and remember, this is right around the same time, you already had Chinese in America, but you had a lot of them come over once that trade deal happened in the 70s with China. They came over and they started setting up businesses, and that's when we really start to first see the Chinese businesses all throughout America. So the dry cleaning and the stores, and all that started happening right around that time when this deal happened. But before then, you had us working with the Chinese and trying to really change our situation. And America looked at that and said, you know, we got to break up the unity of these black folks and control them. So desegregation it destroyed all that, destroyed the unity, which is why, you know, people was talking about Dr. King's birthday and all that, and I always put my information out there that, you know, desegregation destroyed us economically. It destroyed our unity. It destroyed everything. And King was a part of that. Whether he understood or not, it is what it is. He was financed by them motherfuckers to do exactly what he did. Just that simple. But we have a record of us trying to work with the Chinese, and then the Chinese are in Africa because they believe that they can get more out of the Africans than a white man can, or they want a piece of that, you know, African pie, as Leopold said. But Africans would be more inclined to work with them than Europeans in a lot of cases. But as I talked about in the video, it's about controlling those resources. And China went in there, and they have been involved in a lot of stuff America has been involved with, you know, as far as trade. But this is something that's been around for a long time. And you got to understand, we're talking about superpowers. And as I said in Saturn Satan series, you have the leaders of the world. These people all over the world, they got together at some point, and they basically put together their plan for global domination to control the masses of people on the planet. And that's us. They've been controlling us and scamming us for a long time. And they make sure that their bloodline, their people, are the ones that's in power. Which is why when we look at these American presidents, they all related. We can trace them all, you know, back to each other. And you have something put together called a kingdom. Think about that. Like, if it's a kingdom, this means that if you're not in the bloodline of that royal family, you can never rule. You can never be one of them. You can never be on top. You have to always be under that king. Who the hell made you king? What divine force said that you are a king over all men? And this is why religion is important. It has to come into place so they can say that God put them in their place of power.